It's Transformers96 here, and the video review. This time we have the Star Wars The Black Series, a Toys R Us exclusive First Order Snowtrooper officer. So as you can see, we have the Snowtrooper here. This is the officer version. We will be getting a regular Snowtrooper, which comes out in the 4th wave, I believe, of the Black Series figures. So obviously, as you can see, I don't have his officer shoulder pad on at the moment. It's something that I've never really liked the look of, and so I decided to remove it, and I did actually put it on a stormtrooper, so that I could have a snowtrooper officer. It's really easy to do, and I have made a separate video talking about how, you know, just showing off basically the stormtrooper, as well as letting you guys know of what happened to mine when I did switch it. So as you can see, it's a very easy thing. It just pops right on. It's complete circle, so it just goes around the neck joint. So you will need to take his head off to get it off, but it's rather simple to take off. So there you go. I just don't like the officer look very much at all, but that's just me personally. So if you actually do just want a regular snowtrooper, don't wait for the one to come out. Just get this one, and you can easily make it into a regular snowtrooper. So going over the box is exactly the same as any of the other figures. It doesn't have a number up here, and it has the Toys R Us exclusive little sticker. It's a nice sticker. It's, you know, not super in your face, but it is kind of chrome and metallic, so I do like that a lot. On the back, you get a small bio about the Snowtrooper in general. Alright, so let's go over this. So obviously these Snowtroopers are a classic Star Wars trooper, first seen and basically only seen in the Battle of Hoth, and now we will get to see more of them and an updated look of them in the Force Awakens. So going over the actual figure, overall I think it does look really nice. As you can see, I think that it really does capture the look of the Snowtroopers in the movie, and I think they did a wonderful job. The head sculpt, the helmet, let's get a close-up on this. As you can see, it's pretty cool. It's got like a Darth Vader or style of helmet that kind of goes over a separate face mask. And the face mask does have these kind of like, I guess just breather kind of holes that the TIE Fighter pilots actually have hoses connected to. So it is kind of interesting that these guys have that as well. And the Flame Troopers have it too. And then they do have just a slit at the top for their eyes. It does look quite cool. Looking down, you know, you can't really see the eyes, so it's only if you look up at them that you can see that kind of slit for the eyes, which I think looks nice. Overall, it is painted all right, the eye piece. As you can see on the right there, you have a little bit of the black that's coming down where it shouldn't be, and then there is a tad that's missing. This just has white instead of black right there. So hard to see though, so you know, you might not even be able to see it in this video, but in person you can see it, although it is very hard to see. On the side here you do have a black stripe. As you can see, have a little bit of the black that's going up onto the face as well, which is a shame. And this side is painted slightly better, but it does still have some of the black coming down where it shouldn't be. So overall, the quality on the paint isn't great on the helmet. However, basically everywhere else is pretty good. As you can see, you've got a nice stripe there. Looks good. That little line of white, I believe that's intentional. I don't think that's an accident. Yeah, it's definitely intentional. Oh wait, well then it should be coming all the way down. Well, that's a shame. Unless it's just actually not supposed to. I'm not quite sure about that. If you guys know, let me know if that white stripe is supposed to come in all the way down like it is on this side. This side looks to be painted perfectly though. The black around there, as well as some of the details on the backpack, seem to be pretty perfect. Too, a little bit of paint splotches on the white there, but you know, nothing, you know, too bad or unexpected basically. The black on the belt is painted well, and then of course the paint on the gun is painted quite nice as well. Overall, his white, he kind of has separate shading of white, basically, I can say. On the helmet and on the chest pad, it is a very glossy, shiny white, and on the shoulder pads too, because that is his armored areas. So I do like that they gave them a glossy look, while the rest of him is basically a solid, just kind of cream white. It does have a little bit of sheen to it, but it's not as noticeable as the helmet and chest. Even on these shin guards here and on the knee pads, they are a little bit shinier as well. So overall, I think that those are painted really nicely. The detail on the legging is quite good with all the wrinkles and everything. because they are kind of a more slightly baggier, longer pants, so you can see that. The detailing on the shoes is actually quite nice too. You do have some line work in there, and I do like the textured at the bottom of the shoe. It does actually look pretty natural and pretty realistic. They could have easily just rounded this off. Nobody would have complained, but they did add the texture to it, which I think looks really nice. And the little skirt that he has on here, it is a soft plastic. It isn't cloth like some people maybe want. I would have probably preferred cloth. However, I really don't mind this. I thought that it was really going to hinder articulation, but it really doesn't too much. As you can see, you can get him kicking up very, very far. And you can even have his legs spread far as well. So it doesn't really hinder articulation in the slightest, or, you know, maybe a little bit, but it really doesn't get in my way, and I don't mind the skirt at all. So I'm very happy about that. He does come with a gun. It is not your standard Stormtrooper gun. Here's the standard one that comes with all the Stormtroopers. As you can see, it's just about identical, except it has an extra stock on the back. The stock on the back I think looks great. I much prefer it to the regular ones. For some reason, I've never really liked this style of weapon. It seems too small to be held with two hands, yet it seems too big to be like a pistol. So it's always just been kind of an awkward size to me. So I am very happy to actually get a figure that comes with the stock. The Snowtroopers seem to all have the guns with the stocks, as well as the Stormtrooper. The Snowtroopers seem to all come with the guns with the stock, and then the Stormtrooper officers seem to also have the stock on their guns too. So I actually give his gun to the Snowtrooper officer, or sorry, to the Stormtrooper officer. Trying to say storm and snow in separate times is very hard for me, I have to say. But I do actually give his gun to the Stormtrooper officer, because I think he looks cool with it. Overall, you do have a nice little logo here on the chest as well. Don't really know what that means, or if it's different like on every Stormtrooper or Snowtrooper. I'm not quite sure. It might actually be something that's, you know, kind of like numbering the troopers. I'm not quite sure. Overall, it does look quite neat though. Going over articulation, it is pretty decent, pretty on par with the other Black Series figures. Obviously, you have a ball hinge neck, side to side, can look down very far, and can't look up very far at all. It really just kind of straightens out when you try to move it up due to the very long helmeted back piece there. He's got ball hinge shoulders, which work quite nice. You've got hinge swivel elbows. The hinges seem to hinge a little bit further than your average Stormtrooper, which is nice. And then they have hinge swivel at the wrist. Ball jointed upper torso, as well as there does seem to be, let me see, maybe that doesn't move. Maybe it's just kind of a tease there. I don't think that there's any sort of joint at the bottom torso, like towards the waist. However, it does kind of look like there is, but I don't think it is an actual joint. But you do have a ball joint upper torso, mainly just swivels though. There really isn't an up and down movement, although you can tell that it is a ball joint in there. I've already basically shown you the restrictions on the hips, but he does have ball jointed hips with a hinge, with a swivel at the thigh, double hinge knees, which can be a bit hard to move. Like this one's an easy one to move, but if you want this to move, I recommend swiveling it out so that you can actually get to it, and then there you go. Then you'll be able to have the top joint move. Overall, they're very stiff, but they are good joints. And then you have ball hinge ankles. Even with the very large kind of ankle pads, he can still pivot his ankles quite nicely. So overall articulation is great. He basically has standard articulation for the Black Series. The Black Series articulation is quite great, except for the fact that they do have hinge swivel elbows instead of what we all want, which is a double hinge. But that's to be expected. There's nothing new, so nothing to complain about there. Overall, it's very nice. Obviously, the backpack is removable as well. It's just on a single peg. So overall, it's a really nice figure. I actually really love the look of the Snowtroopers. I loved them in the Empire Strikes Back, but I think that these have a nice look as well. The Empire Strikes Back ones look a little bit more interesting, to be quite honest, in how the helmet is designed, where it has that extra piece that comes down the front. This is more plain, but it's more modern. I think it looks good as well. So overall, I really do like these Snowtroopers. I might get a few more. Haven't decided. I really actually haven't seen these in store yet, and I just purchased this one on ToysRUs.com before it sold out. I believe it's back in stock, but now they're charging $22 for it, when at the time I purchased mine for $20. So they've moved the price up on this one, unfortunately. Overall, really nice figure, I have to say. Definitely worth it, and if you are a Trooper fan, this is definitely going to be a Trooper that you'll want. Really quickly, size comparison between a Stormtrooper. As you can see, the Snowtroopers are a bit shorter, which I don't really understand. You know, they're just supposed to be people. There's really no reason as to why they would be shorter. But, you know, who knows? I don't think it's anything too bad because it's not too severe. You can definitely tell that the Snowtrooper is shorter, but it's not something that's, you know, super noticeable. There's not a huge gap in difference. But overall, a very nice figure and would highly recommend it. So there you go. That's my video review of the Star Wars The Black Series Snowtrooper. Thanks so much for watching.